I wanted to start off where we left off last time, and I want to take you back to when you first found your guru and how he answered your questions. I've never met a guru before and studied or worked with a guru. So, what's the first day like? What are those first few months like? What is he having you doing? What are you practicing?
I have been practicing different breathing exercises, food disciplines, whatever I learned from books. There was no other source. So whichever books I used to come across regarding yoga, tantra, tradition, I used to see practical yoga. So few things I practiced by myself, taken from the books. And other thing, as a child, when I was practicing the traditional martial art, in their syllabus also, few breathing exercise as a like discipline which can give you focused mind for martial art. So the fundamentals I studied there, including some stretches, asanas, pranayamas, but I integrated all these things, my learnings from childhood and taken from books. I started practicing right from the beginning. The day one I decided to get into this serious search, I was disciplined by myself. But seriously, along with that, I was looking for a person from whom I can get the right instructions. I need a monitor about my practice.
So, when you found your guru and then you were
Ah,
accepted, what's that life like? Like when you just what's day one like of living there, learning there? What's a typical day like for you there like that?
no, that is what impressed me. There was nothing special. It was an ordinary meeting, like if you go to a driving school, saying that, hey, instructor, I don't know driving, I need a license. First, I have to learn, please teach me and sit with me uh, till I get full confidence about driving. Then, how we will say, okay, then he will say, okay, come this many hours a day, that's all. Pay your fees, then fill your applications. Some rules and regulations for getting an admission in the driving school. Or you go to any course you go, they will say, okay, what is your initial qualification? Yes, 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 these many things you just fulfill, furnish these things. Same way I met him. Only thing, there was no fee, nothing else.
Well, that's a plus. No fees. That's perfect.
So he asked me, where are you? Who are you? Where are you coming from? And what is your spiritual awareness? What do you have learned from your life about spiritualism? Few things he asked. Then enough. Then once I said that my requirement is this, I want to learn Kundalini yoga. I need a guru. That's all. Then he said, okay, eat this kind of food and do some walking, some stretchings. So initial instructions he gave. Then meet me with certain intervals. So I was so curious to be there, but sorry, I was not permitted to stay with him. Nobody was allowed to stay with him. He was a person who was enjoying his own loneliness. That impressed me. Of course, indirectly or in my depth, I was searching for somebody like that who was detached from everything, who could manage everything by himself or herself and not bounded to anybody or anything. That was my concept about a guru. So when I met him, all my requirements, my analysis, got filled on that personality. So he was not speaking much. He was not claiming anything. And all my questions were answered directly. Certain things Answer didn't come because I was unable to understand exactly what he was talking about. That was quite obvious.
Um,
Yes.
so what kind of foods was he recommending that you change or eat at that time?
Mostly vegetables, fruits, and grains.
Vegetable, fruits, and
Yes.
grains. Okay. And do you remember any of these questions you had that you couldn't understand at the time? What sort of questions did you have at that time when you were first starting?
Ah, I had only three questions I told you, no? I wanted to know whether this person is believing in God or he had experienced God. If he had experienced, will it be possible to teach me? That's all. These are the fundamental three
Okay.
questions I was looking for. The first answer asked him, "Is there a God?" There was a very, firm answer. Yes, there is God. And when I asked him, "Have you seen him?" Immediately he said, "No, don't think of past and future for God. Be with the present." This is what he told me. Of course, the conversation was in pure Malayalam, our Kerala language. So he said, "I see God as I see you, my child. God doesn't have an yesterday or a tomorrow. Be with the present." Then I asked third question, if it is possible for you, will it be possible for me? Then the third answer, yes, it's God is available, present for everybody without a second.
So say 3 months later after you start learning, or 6 months later, are you just practicing your breathing and eating your healthy diet? And then how often do you see him? Do you see him once a day, twice a day? And then are you meditating with him, or is that a time for you to ask him questions and then you come back the next day? What's learning with him like?
First, he asked me to read Bhagavad Gita, a book written
Yes.
few thousand of years ago. I went through that. It was a Malayalam version, the key Sanskrit shloka verses. Then it is translated in Malayalam and word meanings interpretation. So I went through that. Naturally, few doubts came out from that. At least once a week, I used to go and meet him. So 1 week study. The uh, next day when I meet him, I ask this some of the questions regarding the slokas. He will sometimes he'll say, "Okay, that you ignore. It will come later." Sometimes he used to explain me, "No, that is not the real meaning. Written one is this, but you have to understand as a yogic point of view." So actually it was an intellectual preparation for going beyond the intellect.
Yes. I was watching one of your other videos, and you mentioned that there are something like there's four phases, right? There's the animal, the intellectual, questioning the laws of
Yeah.
nature. Then there's the
Yes.
union, the environmental energies in
Yeah.
yourself. And then the fourth is when your life energy, your prana merges with the ultimate
Yes.
reality, right? So you were in the intellectual, the manana.
Yes.
Is that how you say it? Okay. Um, okay. So what else were you learning in this intellectual at this intellectual stage?
Actually, there I was learning not the fundamentals of intellect, how to ignore and go beyond the intellect. Or it was emphasizing, all the spiritual books are emphasizing the irrelevance of the material world. Matter is the manifested form of energy. So, intellect is always interacting with the material world or matter level. Whatever is having the form of matter is limited, it has a form. Even if it is an atom, it has a form. It is limited. The reality is unlimited. So all these teachings were just explaining how the material world or how irrelevant the material world is for a seeker. So keep repeating. It's called neti in Sanskrit. Not this. It will first will speak about your food, then say no, not this. Then it will speak about how food is working in the body, explain everything. Then say no, not this I am searching for. Then slowly we will go to heart, brain, everything. We say not this, not this. Then say okay, come out of the material body. There is an energy body. It's called pranamaya kosha. There are five shades of life dimension. Annamayam, material body; Pranamayam, energy body; Manomayam, mental body; Vijnanamayam, intellectual body; Anandamayam, spiritual body. Whatever we experience through our senses or in the mind, manana means analyzing the mind, we say not this, not this. It's a science. A scientist is coming to the laboratory, taking the microscope, keeping something over there, looking that, oh, this is the minutest. Then he said, not this, split it. Intellect is always try to split it, disintegrate. Then split it, disintegrate. Finally, when the scientist reaches to a plane where his intellect cannot go beyond, which is now in modern science, they say quanta. Beyond that, they don't know. It's quantum entanglement. What is beyond that? Sorry, we don't know. This is what? Like if you see the article by Dr. Hans Peter Dürr, he was the director of Max Planck Institute in Germany. He wrote he propounded the theory, a-duality. It is wonderful. It's nice to read. A-duality. And he is saying that there are no two, only one. E, energy, is equal to E. Both are same. There are no two. When he mentioned it, a-duality, he is continuing that. I am a child in front of the ancient masters who propounded a-dvaita. A-duality, a-dvaita. There are no two. Dvaita in Sanskrit, two. A-dvaita, no. There are no two, only one. See how this modern science and our ancient science or theories are slowly coming closer and closer. So once intellectually everything is explained, they will declare that not this I am searching for. Whatever is coming under the domain of our intellect, limited with a form. Even if it is a universe, it is limited. Because we can see it is having a huge form. What we are searching for is formless. Rupam. Means no, Rupam means form. So that is what I was being trained slowly. First through the eyes, look, read. Then I was asked, close eyes and observe.
Is that through meditation? How would you do that? And how long would you meditate for each day?
That time,
At that time.
I was trying myself for three to 4 months. I was under that training. I have to read, think, ask questions, again read. So like that, around 4 months continued. And one day, he looked at me and he said, yeah. One particular day he said, are you free on that day? I said, I am always free. That was a day of full moon. So he asked me to be there on a full moon day. I said, fine, I will be there. Then he said, be here by noon. Eat from here only. Lunch. I said, fine. So I went there morning. I was curious why Master asked me to be there. Then I did some spy work. I asked some of other senior guys who were really initiated and became the real students. Asked him why I am asked to be here. Then one of that guys who were having little, he used to consider me his younger brother. He said, today you may be initiated. Usually, if somebody is asked to be there on full moon day, it is for initiation. So I was really thrilled. I was waiting. Then master came and asked me, oh, you came early, did you eat something? Don't go outside and eat something from our kitchen. That was the instruction. So I had my lunch over there, waited, reading some books over there, and then evening after we got a cup of coffee, natural coffee. Then around 8 o'clock, we were not allowed to eat anything as dinner or something. Then 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, he said to go and have a shower. So I went in. After the shower, I was waiting. At exactly 12 o'clock, his assistant came and he said, okay, come inside, Guruji is calling. So I was asked to keep a betel leaf with one particular seed. It will be, usually as a tradition, we used to present this one with a little money. So I kept a 1 rupee coin as my presentation or a gift or donation, whatever it is, we can label. So I kept everything. Then I was curious. I was asked to go in. I saw my master was sitting in his meditation posture. The glow of his face, still I can see him, like smiling. It was a different feeling. Then I was asked to sit in front of him, and there was a process of initiation. It was an amazing feeling. First thing, I gave that present. He took it with honor. He took that seed and leaf with him, took that coin and gave back. He returned to it. He said, okay, leave it aside. No money, only matter. And the leaf is a sign of the union between the master and the student. Fine. Then there was a ritual. It is not supposed to be discussed in public. But the only thing, he was holding one little plate. We call it thali. And the camphor was burned over there with that heavy flame. He just held in front of me. So I asked me to look, gaze over there. I was focusing on that. Immediately he removed it. Just took out and kept it, and he put off it and asked me to close the eyes. It is very, very tricky thing. After looking on a flame, you close your eyes, you can see the flame. The image of the flame will be there. And he said, do you see the flame? I said, yes. Focus on that. It was a very different tone. So I just focused on that. Then he asked me, do you see something in the middle of the flame? I said, yeah, somebody standing there. Ah, good. Focus on that. Try to find out who is that. Have you ever seen him? Wow, it was an amazing feeling. There was a guru inside the flame, looking towards the sky, standing a short guy. Immediately I came to know it is Sage Agastya. Because right from the childhood I have been seeing these pictures everywhere, heard about him, how powerful this guy. So I said, yeah, it look Sage Agastya. He said, yes, you are going to be initiated in Agastya Marga, means the Siddha Yoga tradition. Then he initiated me. That is the procedure. So this is how I became one with him. It's called Prana Pradishta. He is my spiritual father.
Yes.
How a child is being born by receiving a sperm from a father. Father's energy, the part of the life is coming as a sperm. And the sperm will connect with or join union, yoga with the ovum from the mother. Then it will form a single cell, zygote. That zygote will develop into an embryo. Then embryo will be jumping out from the mother and growing as a full-grown person. Same way, from the Guru, we take a spark of his prana, his life energy. So he is becoming our spiritual father. Then
Mm.
after getting that, that sperm is kept in the cosmic womb, like mother's womb. That energy is kept in that. Then we will develop into that as an embryo. Slowly, we will develop in the Vishwa Yoni. Yoni means it's like a womb of the cosmic mother. There we will grow as a spiritual being.
Okay. So there's a union of the environmental energies. What's the significance of doing that ceremony on the full moon? What is it about that energetic presence of that?
Usually, full moon day is considered as continuous 3 nights. Sorry, 3 days. Like a one day we are fully awakened. Full moon day also there is no night. It's whole night. The moonlight will be there. So we are starting from one day light, then continuing with the full moon day. There also light. Then another day is coming.
Oh,
There also light. Yeah, three
yes.
consecutive
3 days.
days.
I
Yeah, that
see.
is the concept. So we are going for light, where there is no darkness. That is what is called enlightenment. That is the symbol. Second thing, our mind is always bit awakened during full moon day. I was not ready to just fall into simple beliefs. Even though I was with him, everything, whatever he taught me, I used to verify with my intellect. He knew that. He used to smile when I become a little bit skeptical. He was not worried about anything, or he was not trying to stop that. In the other hand, he encouraged me to be more skeptical. So the same question, what you asked now, I asked for myself. Why on full moon day? Why can't it be any other day? Then when I verified, surprisingly one thing I noticed. If we see a mentally disturbed person, you go to a mental hospital, just monitor. I did it personally. Full moon day, most of them will be restless, violent. New moon day, they are mostly silent. Mind is dull for them. So, this is what is being explored in this initiation. So, full moon day, your mind is fully open for getting new ideas. New moon day, it is more closed and it can go into the eternal darkness. That also I noticed later when I experienced or established in meditation. If you want to influence a person through mind, you have to do it in the new moon day. That person's mind will be a little bit careless or is not fully vigilant. That's why black magicians are always playing their or technique or using it in the new moon day. And the guys who are rectifying the ill effects of black magic, they perform that ritual in the new full moon day. So everything is really
Oh, I
interconnected.
see. Right. What sort of other environmental energies should we be aware of, or are you aware of that um, you know about besides the moon? Like, what other things are out there that affect us?
As a beginner, I was not aware of all these things. I was fully surrendering to the master. I verified before I surrendered, I used my intellect, my level best to make sure that this person I can trust, I can surrender. So all his teachings were verified and I felt it makes sense. That much only I did. The rest, now what I am explaining you through my experiences. For the last 30 years, I have been meditating. So my conclusions are becoming communicative because experience, verified, then I am explaining. So directly your question, You have to just be as simple and natural as possible. You ask,
Be as simple and natural as possible.
it's like a food. The question when I was asked to eat vegetables, fruits, and grains, I asked myself why. Initially, I didn't get an answer. Then, Master said, "You do it." So gradually, when I ate something like fruits or vegetables and meditate, it was easy for getting into a stillness. I eat something non-veg and try to meditate, mind is moving fast. Then I verified why it is. That is what called manana, inner observation. So when I eat a piece of chicken or piece of mutton, it is coming from a living being which is always moving, or even a fish. So the fundamental vibration of the cells is moving. So when I eat something, my mind is made from the molecule which I ate. How a mind can be produced from a moving molecule and it is supposed to be stable? No way. It will behave as the origin. When I eat a vegetable, you can see vegetable is always still. It doesn't have emotions. It is always taking the sun energy, earth energy, air energy, water energy, mixing up, giving you as a source of energy without any emotion, no mobility. So the fundamental nature of the cell or the tissue of that one or the molecule is stillness. So eat that, disintegrate, I am as still as the environmental energy. There is no emotion, no mobility. Mind is made from an immovable object.
That makes sense.
Yes.
What about when it comes to sleep? Because right now it's nighttime here and I have these electric lights on, right? And I'm awake and it's dark outside. Is that also part of being in sync with your environment and nature? Is not depending so much on these electrical lights and staying up late? What do you think about that?
What do you mean? Like the electric lights are disturbing the meditation, or light is disturbing the meditation? I didn't get the question.
Um, stay. So to be natural, there would be no lights, no electrical lights, right? You would just wake up with the sun, and then when the sun goes down, you would just naturally get tired and go to sleep, right? But with my modern life here, I have electrical lights that keep me much more alert beyond when the sun goes down. And then I also wake up much later after the sun comes up. So am I out of sync with nature when it comes to the sun?
Definitely. What you can do is fix a time pattern and train your body. Like according to your time zone, when is the sun rise? You just see or observe yourself. Your body will say, I am very comfortable this time to sleep. When you feel sleepy, switch off your lights and sleep and find out which will be the right time to get up. And if you are accustomed to be awakened by 8 o'clock in the morning, you ask yourself whether it is healthy or not. If you find that, okay, evening 10 o'clock if I sleep and early morning around 5 o'clock, that duration is good, that can be a discipline, then you look towards yourself. Definitely, your body will say, I am comfortable with this time. If it is wrongly trained, as you said, you will get up very late. Tell yourself that is what is called discipline of yoga. You have to have some self-disciplines. So try to sleep the same time and try to get up the same time. The duration you fix, duration of sleep you fix, and make a habit of doing that. Within 3 to 6 months, completely that discipline will be converted into a habit. You can train your body the way you like.
What other ways can someone train to be more to align the environmental energies with himself or herself? What are the how are the other ways you can do that?
See, it depends on our lifestyle and environment. You be comfortable. Say there is no specific instruction, this must be followed. Then it will become religious dogmas. Leave it. Be a child in front of nature, as innocent as a child. Then the mother nature, the environment will take care of you. You should be willing to follow that. Nothing to worry about. Okay, what Indians are doing, they are putting bindi over there, they are getting up and doing the ritual. No, understand the essence, the fact behind all practices, apply that fact, that essence in your daily life, the way you be comfortable. Like I said, non-veg, non-veg
Okay.
is not good. Non-veg is not good, but if you live in a place where only some, like non-veg is available, you have to survive. So, whatever is available, whatever is forced to eat, you eat limited quantity. Then,
Yes. So
then you do,
follow the flow of
yes,
nature, right? Just
yes,
follow the
follow
flow.
the law of nature and observe yourself. Which way you can be with nature. If you eat a non-vegetarian food, eat less, drink more water, and breathe more. See, we need food energy, water energy, air, heat energy, air energy, and sound energy. So, if the food energy is bit solid, eat less, and compensate with other energies. There are some serious masters. I mean, serious masters means they do the strenuous practice in the caves of Himalayas. They will not eat for months. We think, oh, how it's possible without food? Yes, I can assure you that. Without food, you can survive for months. And some will not even eat and drink, and they will train their body to survive with the three, dimensions of energy: heat, air, and sound, and their body also will become transparent. This category is called yetis. And see,
That's extreme.
yes, extreme.
That's fascinating. So I want to talk to you about the 4 years you spent in the jungle. Was that before you were initiated, when you were still learning, or was that after you were
After
initiated?
after the initiation, I had my full freedom to practice the way I wanted. I could be a Sahaja Yogi. Sahaja means a natural being, or a Raja Yogi. Raja means the highest way. So I decided to go through the highest way. For that, of course, we should not use our energy to speak much. That energy, the lungs are filled, and it is contracted to speak. Now we are wasting lot of energy. I mean the breath energy. It's like when you take a deep breath, your belly, your lungs, everything is filled. Then when you speak, it is being deflated, like the bellows or the harmonium or wind instruments. How the bellows are filled and it is being used for playing music. Same way, when we fill the air, it will go deep into our nervous system. It will be converted into four energies. It's called para, the ultimate, pashyandi, which is creating appetite, then madhyama, making emotional, and vaikhari. Vaikhari means the energy which is going to the root chakra, the base of our spine, will be coming up as first appetite and sexual energy. That's called pashyandi. Then it will rise up to the madhyama, emotional thing. Then from throat it will jump out, called vaikhari, word. We are using that energy to make words. Words will make sentences, and that is life. It's not ordinary life. But a yogi, from here, it will not be allowed to jump out as words. He will eat the words. He swallow the words, which is called Khechari. Vaikhari is verbal. Khechari is beyond words, silence. So from here, he will consciously raise that energy towards the crown chakra. That is what is called Siddha Pranayama or spinal breathing, which is taught in this Siddha Marga or Kundalini Yoga. So I selected to be silent, not to be violent. That's why I went to the forest. I wanted to observe my silence. I wanted to listen, hear my silence. If you observe carefully, that silence will speak to you. That is what is called the sound of silence. It's called mantra in Sanskrit.
And what did it speak to you?
It spoke to me about infinity.
And what did it say about infinity?
You can be the infinity. That silence will become the link between the finite and infinity.
So, this time in the jungle, you lived by yourself in a hut or something like that, and you just ate vegetables and drank water. What's the life like?
I was not worried about food and water. Really, I didn't know what I was doing. It was secondary for me. Whenever hunger stopped me from meditation, I just looked for something. Something was available for me.
Completely natural, go with the
Yes.
flow, right?
When,
Okay.
when your body says you're thirsty, look, yeah, streams are there, you can drink.
When did you know, listening to the infinity, when did you know it's time for you to come back after the 4 years? What was that like?
One day I was meditating, and it was a serious practice or serious happenings within. I felt something is happening in my body, very strange. I was keen to monitor it. Actually, that is what is instructed right from the beginning. Whatever is happening, don't try to get into a conclusion. Just monitor it, be a witness. So when the strange things happened, I just observed it, and I was a good, observer, and I was monitoring it. All of a sudden, I felt I was in a different height, something like that. I was fully aware and conscious. I was looking here and there and up and down. I knew and I felt I was not having a body.
With your eyes open.
That time I don't know whether if there was not having a body, then whether the eyes were open or not. I was in full consciousness. I didn't have a body. If I
Okay.
didn't have the body, then how
Yes.
can be aware of my eyes, my nose? They are in the body only, no?
Yes. And so
I know it's mysterious.
what
See, like
so this happened and then you felt that you had to come
no,
back?
I was looking here and there. It was, but actually it was. I started sitting to observe myself in the night. When I felt that it was full bright light, and I came to know I didn't have a body, and I saw my body sitting in front of me in meditation. I was thinking that my body is there. Now a leopard or something come and eat it up, then I will not have a body anymore. I was thinking like that. So after a few seconds, I felt, looked again, oh, I'm in the body. So that was my real turning point, the out of body experience. So the very next day, when a truck came inside the forest for collecting the bamboos, I caught that truck and went out of the forest, went to the master, and explained everything. And I really requested him, Guruji, is there a possibility to be in that dimension? Because being in being without a body, you cannot even imagine the freedom and the feeling. So he was smiling. He said, yes, it was a spark of out of body experience for you. This is where the plane where the Siddhas are living. They can, or you can, live without a body. You can live in pure consciousness. See, I felt it was a hallucination. But he declared that this is exactly what is meant for, or the ultimate result of meditation as a beginning. So here I started meditating. It was a beginning of my meditation. When I experienced this, I felt the real state of meditation.
And is that what you would call when the life energy or the prana merges with the ultimate reality? Is that that moment?
No, no,
Or is
no.
that something
Absolutely no.
else? No.
See, all our limitations are with the body and mind. See, now all your questions also an outcome of your mind and body. To come out of that boundary is the real struggle. That is the real beginning of spiritual life. So I came out consciously. If I am coming out unconsciously, that can be defined as death. See, like some people in the ICU, they may fall into some kind of coma. Doctors will say, "Oh, you have to be a bit, careful. We cannot tell anything specific now. We are observing him. Maybe after a few days, this guy come out from the coma, and body will start reacting to medicines, and he will come out from ICU, and he will be okay." Then he may declare that, "Oh, I felt that my soul was coming out. I was going to a tunnel and I saw people were crying next to me." Actually, he was experiencing out of body state. But it was happened through a disease. In Sanskrit, it's called roga. Roga means disease. So soul can come out through a disease which is called a death. If that guy is not coming back forever, then doctors will say, "Come on, he has gone forever, dispose the body." If he is coming back, he said, "Oh yes, he is alive." If we can create through practice, you arrest the flow of breath and make your body or make your soul come out with practice consciously. That process is called yoga. So death is possible through two ways, either through yoga disease or through yoga practice. So when your soul comes out through practice, you are witnessing it and it can be created again. That's called samadhi in Sanskrit. Samadhi is a controlled death. The other one is happening, it's called death, marana in Sanskrit. Means that person left forever. He is not doing consciously, he is falling into that. It's happening, it's compulsive. This is conscious, created. That is the difference. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that we didn't get a chance to talk about last time, but I definitely want to make sure we cover it today is talk to us about Indi Masi, your the healing village. What do you offer people there? What can they expect there? Just tell me more about it.
See, intimacy is not giving anything special. Intimacy is trying to interact with people about this wonderful potential of our system. Technically, I can say the ancient wisdom. That is what desperately we are missing. Now, modern people, modern world is intellectually, materially growing very fast, and we are reaching to the peak of scientific achievements. Unfortunately, we are desperately missing the inner jar. This is what intimacy is trying to make people aware. You, you go as high as possible, but learn to land safely back. Here, what's happening? People want to make money. They run after money, business, this one. Oh, yeah, they become very, very rich. And as they become rich, they get scared. Oh, these things can be pulled away from me, then they become more rigid. Why? Because they miss the message from within. If you are supposed to be a millionaire, you will be a millionaire. But you should not have the authority to hold it on. You are not the owner. That is what we are missing. Whatever I am given as my business and everything, it is a contribution by the law of nature. There is a governance, a cosmic governance. Based on that, if this many trillions of dollars are supposed to be under my control, it will come. I am only a custodian. When the time comes, by the nature, that trillions will be taken away from me. The moment I become aware of that, I handle that possessions comfortably, consciously, and happily. So, no attachments, but full care. This is what I am trying to teach people. Nothing to worry about no need to be worried about whatever happened in the yesterday, and no need to be worried about what's going to be in the future. Because yesterday and future, we create. This is the limit of our mind. But in reality, there is no past or future. It's a cosmic flow. We are moving with that. Certain ups and downs are there. But it is beyond our intellect. Nobody can understand the cosmic flow through intellectual cogitations. Just learn to shut down the intellect, at least for a few minutes. Then you will be exposed to the reality. Then, when you come out from that reality, you are an illusion. Be comfortable and stable in this illusory world. This is, again, I am telling you, you may think, what is illusion? Mind never understand the difference between reality and illusion. This is what now quantum physics is declaring. What is that? They are declaring this. There is no material world existing the way you perceive. It's only our perception. This is what ancient science also declared. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Mithya is illusion. So, both branches of science is reaching to the same conclusion. Matter is a simple, a temporary manifestation of energy. Like I told you last time, a glass of water is real in front of you, but in science, through the science eye, it is not water. It is a limited presentation of a profound joining of two gases. So when we become aware of hydrogen and oxygen, water is a temporary manifestation. It is not real. This is the difference between Maya and reality. So an atom, you see, an atom, hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, uranium atom, but you split the atom. Then the atom will lose its form. It will be a liberation of energy. You take the minute particle of the energy, then you will reach to a position where your mind cannot proceed further. That's what even Einstein also declared. There is an adamantine wall beyond which my mind cannot go.
I think the challenge is that for a lot of us that have jobs or families, our mind is trained to be turned on most of the time, solving problems, anticipating problems that can be solved. It's very hard to turn that off and live in the cosmic flow that you mentioned.
It's good. That is what only possible for us. See, now, last meeting when we were discussing that, we will see on this day, this moment. That was our anticipation, or we prepared for it. If I had got a heart attack yesterday, would it have been happening today?
That's a good question. This wouldn't be happening.
Yes, this is a reality. If the law of nature is saying that, okay, this guy's heart must be stopped this particular day, year, particular month, particular date, particular time, That is what is called cosmic design, which we call destiny. Everything is cosmically designed. We can just anticipate. Okay, we have the freedom to anticipate, but don't be dependent on that. That is the only difference. Be flexible.
Yes, that's one of the things that I'm learning from speaking with you. Even my questions, even today, you said just be more childlike. Be more childlike. I'm going to take
Yes.
that with me.
Because children are not worried, they are living in the present. They are not bothered about what had
Yes,
happened yesterday. They are not worried what is going to happen tomorrow. They are one with the present. That's why they are cheerful.
kind of like the way you are. You're always so cheerful. It's always so great to speak with you. Um, well, I always feel like I have so many questions for you. More things I want to ask, more things I want to learn about. Um, what's the best way for people to learn more about you or get in touch with you?
We have a website, intimacy.com. Everything is there. And different departments are there. Marketing, reservation, and everything is there. So, see, I am a businessman because this is what is the label given to me by nature. So I handle it, but I am not attached or worried. This is what is called Nishkama Karma. Many people ask, oh, you are a guru, you are a yogi, how can you run a business? Some yogis were ruling the country. Even now, our today's prime minister is almost he's a yogi, and he is very talented, managing this complicated country.
Well, that's something I would love to be more like. So, Guruji, thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I look forward very much to speaking with you again and asking you a whole bunch of more
You're
questions.
always welcome. This is my mission. Spread this word as much as possible.